We are recording.
We're rolling. You ready to do this?
Well, let's do it, buddy.
Come on, let's go. Oh, buddy, that's it. That's the good stuff. We are back.
Kinetic lager.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever had that before. It's
good. Me neither. My wife, Brittany, picked it up for me. Thanks, babe. It was cheap. It's half decent. Not a sponsor, but Kinetic Lager. If you're listening, you could be a sponsor.
Who is? Oh, it's a local brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Maybe I'll reach out to them.
Absolutely.
I'll send them the audio from this episode, and then we'll just see how it goes from there.
Welcome to the Bottom Shelf Podcast with Nick and Justin.
Thank you for supporting the pod. Be sure to follow us on social media at Bottom Shelf Hockey Pod. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, basically anywhere you get your podcasts, you should be able to find us.
Literally everywhere.
I did a little search. You know, I'm trying to just like keep up on market research, and I don't know if it's just because like I'm connected to the podcast, but when I do search it up in any of those apps, it's usually like the second or third one that pops up. We're not first yet.
We'll get there.
But
I was looking one of the other bottom shelves. Yeah. Haven't put up a podcast episode in like 3 years, so we'll pass them eventually.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get there. I'm Justin. This is my lovely temporary co-host Sam.
Hello.
Thank you for filling in for Nick, by the way, on the show here while he's been away traveling Africa.
Absolutely. I mean, I take any opportunity I can to talk as much as possible, so this is a great outlet for that.
Yep, it sure is. And talking about something that we kind of know and really love, which is hockey, of course.
Absolutely.
Nick, by the way, Nick is set to return to the country here in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, actually.
That's awesome.
Tomorrow they get back.
Man, he's been gone for a long time.
Yes, yeah, they've been gone for 29 days or something like that. So I
can usually only afford my vacations to be like 6 days. And then I start running out of money.
I'm lucky if I get a long weekend. Like if I get like a 3 or 4 day weekend where I can go and travel and do something, and even then it's like, so we're gonna go up to Grand Prairie and see some friends.
Riveting.
So Nick will be back in the next week or so, and then I don't know, maybe we'll see if we can do a three-way here,
a crossover.
Yeah. But otherwise, let's get into it with our warm up here. How's your playoff bracket doing right now?
Well, the ones that were definite wins definitely went okay.
Yeah,
I had
Colorado, yeah,
and Carolina,
yeah.
And
did you get the number of games right on those as well? Like, have you had like a perfect series yet?
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado sweeping LA. That was the guarantee. I got that one.
I think I had Carolina in 5. So
I also had Carolina in 5.
That was close. I had Pittsburgh over Philly in 5.
Yeah, me too.
That was rough.
Mm-hmm.
That was rough. I'm trying to think about some of the other ones.
Besides Colorado in the West, I blew it completely. I had Dallas over Minnesota.
Yeah.
I had Utah over Vegas, and I had Edmonton over Anaheim. So my West bracket, besides Colorado, is a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I had Minnesota. I did not have Anaheim. Did not see that one coming, and we'll get into that in a little while.
I'm sure we will, yeah.
I'm never great at these things. Never.
In general, how's your bracket?
Never. It's never been good, dude.
Not good.
Every year I'm like, I know so much. Nope.
No, you don't.
No, I do not.
You don't know a damn thing, and your playoff bracket will prove it every single year.
Absolutely.
Feel free to hit us up on our socials. Let us know if your bracket is still perfect, still intact in any way, because ours is not. One other thing I wanted to touch on before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all here. Jessica Campbell, the first female assistant coach in NHL history, is leaving the Kraken. Her contract has expired, and she's opted to explore other opportunities in the NHL.
Good for her.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on this because I haven't watched as many Kraken games as I should have this year, but I feel like this was my opportunity to get my girls, because I've got 2 daughters. They're 6 and 4, and they don't care for hockey whatsoever. Like we play hockey a little bit. I bought them hockey sticks.
Yeah.
And so, we've been playing hockey a little bit, but in regards to watching hockey, every time I'm like, sorry, kiddos, it's the playoffs, putting on a hockey game. I get, oh, Dad, not hockey.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm like, oh no, come on. Like,
Hey, that's how my girlfriend reacts every time I put Sportsnet on the TV.
so I was thinking, like, maybe if I had like introduced them to, maybe I need to like let them watch more PWHL games this year, or you know,
Yeah.
I could have, you know, introduced them to Jessica Campbell and said, like, look, ladies, like, it's not just a guy's sport. You know, girls follow hockey, get to be involved in some ways. Maybe this was my opportunity.
Yeah, and you know what? I will give a shout out to the PWHL with like how great they've been at making like their games accessible. Like it's super easy to watch. It's on all the same sports networks.
Didn't they
Like-
do it on YouTube for
Yeah.
their first year? It was
Yeah.
literally just like stream our games for free, watch our games.
Yeah, and when they were here in Calgary for like the PWHL showcase, like the building was packed. There were tons of people there. Like I think that there's a good chance like at some point in Calgary here that we have like PWHL expansion because I think that the appetite's there, and I mean it can't be a bad thing. It's
Brand
more
new
people
building.
watching the sport.
Brand new building coming to Calgary as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just like, you know, full utilization of that facility?
Oh,
To have a team here as well.
And you know what? Like maybe, you know, telling your daughters, hey, like, look, Jessica Campbell, there's a good chance that she picks up another either assistant coaching job or maybe an associate job or something.
Do you think there is a chance that she's given the opportunity as a head coach? Like if she continues to push, because I would like to point out too, look at the roster on Seattle. That is not a good roster. That is
They've
not
done okay.
It's not a good team. They have very little star power. And so, like, you know, the fact that she's actually probably done a pretty good job in regards to coaching.
I want to say that somebody would give them a shot or give her a shot,
Yeah.
but part of me also knows that the NHL can be a bit of an old boys club at times.
No.
When has that ever happened?
No way.
So like I would want to see it happen. Will anyone do it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
see.
I don't know yet.
Or are they just going to give John Tortorella another opportunity?
Let's go back to the barrel. Let's pick out a coach out of the used coaches bin.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every single time. Come
Yeah.
on, new bloods. Give us some fresh blood here. Let's go.
I think that would be incredible for the sport, though, if she was
would.
a head coach. Like,
would.
it'd be awesome.
Not to sidestep this, but I do have like one last question, kind of on this topic. Do you have a PWHL team? Like, have you picked a team yet? No.
Just because like there's no geographic connection, and like a lot of the cities that are in that league, I don't already cheer for.
You're a jersey guy, though. Like, do you not like any of the jerseys? Like, I personally, I like the Sirens simply because I think their jerseys look kind of cool. It's like a teal almost with the yellow like sirens on it. I like those jerseys.
Yeah, I like I think it's Quebec, the Victoire.
Yep.
Real French guy over here, but their jerseys are pretty nice.
The Victory.
Yeah.
The Victory de Montreal.
I still can't get over, is it Ottawa that has like the
Ottawa Charge.
The Ottawa Charge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can get a new logo, guys. I get
Needs
what
work.
you were going for, but
Yeah.
like
Needs work.
it needs work. But the jerseys themselves are pretty cool, and
Pick a team right now. I'm forcing you. You have to pick a team right now. You've got 5 seconds before you're labeled as a bigot because you don't have a PWHL team.
Quebec,
Wow. You
Montreal.
don't. Okay. All right. That was simple. All right.
Quebec.
I was ready to like go on a full tear, but you
I think Poulin plays for them. I'll take them.
took the wind out of my sails here. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, let's get into some more meat and potatoes here, okay? Tampa Bay, Montreal. How about this friggin' series?
It's pretty unreal, man.
Like, this might be the best series we see all playoffs. Like, through the entire playoffs, the fact that it has been so tight.
Yeah,
Like, I believe it's 80-something% of this series has been played tied.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't I think only 1 2-goal lead has been held at any point in this series, if that.
Yeah, and I think how many 1-goal games have we had?
All of them.
All of-
Every single game has been a 1-goal game. Not a
Yeah.
single, and 4 of these games have gone to over. The first 3 games went to overtime.
Yeah.
And then
4 and 5.
4 and 5 were decided by a single goal.
And then
And 6 went to overtime.
And both teams had great shots to win it in overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Of Game 6. Like, it was crazy. Like, I thought when Hudson let that slapper go in OT, I thought the series was over.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was over. It was not. We're going to Game 7.
I got to give a shout out here to Brendan Gallagher, who might be one of the most, he was already one of the most, like, beloved guys in Montreal. An okay player, but was an absolute hero to Montreal in what was it, Game 5 there? He gets a chance to start after, being put in the press box for the whole series. He comes in and scores the first goal of the game in the most classic Brendan Gallagher style.
Oh, he's unreal.
Get into the blue paint and just grind your way into a goal. And you know what? Teams need guys like Brendan Gallagher. This was something that Nick and I discussed on an earlier episode. It's like, who's your favorite fourth line grinder guy? And for people in Montreal, it's him. He is definition
absolutely.
Fourth line grinder guy. He's old. He's washed. He spent most of this series in the press box, but he makes his debut. He scores a gross rebound goal. He doesn't care. It doesn't need to be highlight level material. He's not looking to put together a highlight reel like the stars are.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that just gets to the dirty areas. He does what needs to be done. And in fact, here's a quote for you from Brendan Gallagher. This is the most like fourth line grinder quote you're ever going to hear. That's where you go, especially this time of year.
Yeah, he knows.
That's where you go.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's going to be the guy dancing around on the outside, out skating people and deking through people. Like, that is his role, is to just literally park it in front of the net.
Yeah. And
he's a great fourth line grinder, man. I met him once when he was in his rookie season. Yeah. He's in Montreal visiting Josh Georges. And,
I remember Josh Georges.
Yeah, and we got to also a very good, like, heart and soul kind of grinder guy.
Absolutely.
But we got to meet Gallagher when he was, I think that was his rookie season. It's crazy to see how much time has passed.
And now he's one of the old guys.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make you feel old?
No, because he had a couple years on me at that point. I'll wait until I'm 33 like Brendan Gallagher.
Sorry, what are you saying about 33-year-olds? I will be 33 this year. You call me old? Are you calling me old?
Old.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's just brush past that.
Let's move on from
before I
that.
jump across the table at you like Brendan Gallagher would. This series deserved 7 games. This series deserved 7 games. What an absolute tilt this whole series has been.
Do you know, I have a crazy thought about Game 7 because it's been so tight so far. Mm-hmm. I have a weird feeling that tonight is going to not continue the trend of the whole series, and one team is going to grab a hold of it.
And just blow out the
early.
other team. Oh, man.
Because that's the way it goes, right? When you have this amazing series and you're like, this Game 7 is going to be the best thing I've ever watched, and it's just a dud.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Wasn't that goes back to, like, when you mentioned that goes back to me it goes back to the Vancouver-Boston series.
Oh, yeah.
That went to 7 games. And sure enough, Boston blew. I think it wasn't that Game 7 like a 4-0 game?
4-0, yeah, and it was evident once Boston scored the first goal that the game was over. Like Vancouver just disappeared.
Completely deflated the series. And you're like, this went to 7 games for this?
That was the weirdest series I've ever watched, because Vancouver at home would win games tight, like 2-1, 1-0, like these like tight games. And then they go to Boston and just get the fucking doors blown off them.
Yeah.
And when it came to Game 7, as soon as Boston scored a goal and took the lead, I was like, yeah, she done.
Yeah.
She done. Wrap it up, boys.
Yep.
Summertime.
Send him home. Hit the golf course, boys. She's done.
Who would you pick as your Game 7 hero tonight, Justin?
Oh, man. Oh, I want it to be one of the big guys, because Montreal's big guns have struggled 5-on-5 in this series. And so we need a big game from Cole Caulfield or Nick Suzuki. And I'm calling Cole Caulfield to score 2 in this game tonight, and I think it'll be like a 3-2 game.
That'd be big. My hero tonight is the big cat.
Oh, yeah.
Andre Vasilevsky, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Mr. Game 7.
And you look at his record in elimination games and his like save percentage in elimination games, and it's like, oh my God.
There's a reason he has a Conn Smythe.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a playoff MVP. Like, there is a reason he has at least one of those trophies, and even then, he could have won back-to-back playoff MVPs. In those years that they went to the Cup and won, he very easily could have won the Conn Smythe both of those years.
Absolutely. He's unreal. And
it's so tough. Like, I'm so torn. And I want to come back to this because I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, that like almost every playoff bracket I saw had the winner of this series
going to the Cup final.
Going to the Cup final, or at the very least the conference final, because this is as tough a matchup as there was going to be in the playoffs. This is the. It feels, well, I won't say it's the last dance for Tampa Bay, but it feels like, these guys have had their opportunity to win, and this is kind of like towards the tail end of what could be a lot of success for Tampa Bay.
The big guns are vets, like, your guys like Hagel, Kucherov, Gensel, like they're not getting any younger.
No, so it's like this is their opportunity to win again if they're going to, as they already have. So they've got the experience, but they also have this drive of, we got to do this now because it's not going to get any easier for us. And
Absolutely.
then you've got teams like Montreal, who are out to prove themselves.
Yeah, they're kind of like on the upward swing of the window, right?
Yeah, they are here. They're ready to compete. They are ready to prove that they aren't just all talk in the regular season. You see Cole Caulfield put up 50 goals this year. You see Nick Suzuki put up 100 points this year. These guys are ready to dogfight their way to the end, and they have in this series.
Absolutely. The other thing, like, you can't discount on Montreal is they still have prospects that are coming through the system.
Yeah.
So they're just going to keep getting better. Obviously, like your core are pretty young, like Suzuki, Caulfield, Slavkovsky are all between like 22 and 26. But you still have young guys on the way up.
And shout out to Jakub Dobesh. Rookie goaltender who has gone toe-to-toe with not just one of the best goalies of our generation, but arguably one of the best goalies ever in Andre Vasilevsky, and he has gone toe-to-toe with him.
He's been really good.
Every single game of this series.
The one thing I would think, like, last year Montreal makes the playoffs the first time in a while. They lose to the Capitals. I think it was in 5.
Yeah.
Even then, this series has been a success because I hold the Lightning in a way different regard than I do the Washington Capitals.
Oh, yeah.
They've proved like they're tough. So we'll see how Game 7 goes, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No Game 7, speaking of this, for Edmonton and Anaheim. Edmonton has been dethroned. The reigning back-to-back Western Conference champion has been downed in 6 games by the Anaheim Ducks. That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
That's really tough. It has come out that Connor McDavid was playing on they didn't specify what, but fractured foot/ankle. They said it was in that region that he suffered a fracture earlier in the series.
Yeah.
It was game 2 or game 3? I think it was game 2
in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Before we continue any further,
Yep.
can I just give you my reaction to this series ending the way it did?
Please, the floor is yours.
All right, I got you. I was saving that for you.
So we're sitting on opposite sides of the fence here, because I know that you are a Flames fan. You are not an Edmonton Oilers fan. And I spent 6 years in Grand Prairie, and so I reside in oil country.
So you drank the Kool-Aid, Justin.
Yeah, buddy. I moved to Grand Prairie when Connor McDavid was drafted. He was drafted in 2015, right?
Yeah.
I moved to Grand Prairie in 2015. So I saw the whole rise of Connor McDavid while I lived in oil country.
Yeah.
So yes, I am on that bandwagon that I think Connor McDavid deserves to win a friggin' Stanley Cup. Not just one of the greatest not just one of the greatest players of our generation
Ever.
but might be one of the greatest offensive players ever to play the game. He deserves to win a Stanley Cup, man.
Yeah, he does. The rest of that roster, minus Leon Draisaitl, probably does not deserve to win a Stanley Cup, though.
At this point, no.
That's the big issue.
Darnell Nurse, buddy, take a seat.
Can you imagine if McDavid carried that guy to a cup?
That's insane.
There's-
That's insane. Like and I think like the frustration is starting to show. It's already shown.
Oh, some of the
like,
quotes were insane.
The quote from McDavid post-game, Game 6, in that press conference where he said, "We have been an average team all year, and when you're an average team with high expectations, you're going to be disappointed." You're reading the quote as I'm saying it. I pretty much nailed it verbatim.
Yeah, that was 100% verbatim. Dude.
That has rang in my head since I saw that press conference. That, like, you guys have... The Edmonton Oilers now have 2 years. This coming season will be the start of Connor McDavid's new contract. He gave them 2 years. You have 2 years to prove that you can actually put a team behind him that is going to support him while he carries your ass to a Stanley Cup.
Also, it's more like they have 1 year.
Really?
Because if you're Edmonton...
Mm-hmm.
Do you get rid of McDavid for nothing?
Yeah.
Do you let him become a pending UFA? No. You have 1 year.
Yeah. You got to turn it around quick.
Because if it doesn't look like things are going well next season, the haul you would get from McDavid
is insane.
You could ask for a team's entire checking account.
It's the Gretzky trade. It's the Gretzky trade all over again.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that when McDavid gets traded, they've slid and hit the owner of the other team an extra $100 million or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, the 15 mil, the draft picks, the prospects, the everything for Connor McDavid. Of course.
Now it's not to discount that McDavid has played more games than any other player over the last couple seasons.
Professionally on the highest level. I knew you were going to bring this up. I wanted to chat with you about this because think about the stakes that Connor McDavid has played for over the last even just 2 seasons.
Yeah, and even if you look at it 5.
So we've got what, back-to-back conference finals. We've got back-to-back Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah.
We've got the World Cup of Hockey, the Four Nations face-off. And then we've got the Olympics.
Yep.
And on top of that, how many games has he missed in the regular season over the course of the last few seasons?
Remarkably...
Almost none.
Yeah. Well, because that team will die without him.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Don't get me wrong. Love Draisaitl. Mm-hmm. McDavid is the driver of that
team. Dude, Draisaitl would say the exact same thing. Draisaitl is arguably the biggest Connor McDavid fan there is in this world. The way that guy goes to bat for him is insane.
Yeah.
How do you develop that? Yeah. You can't learn that. Let me answer it for you. It's just I'll answer it for him.
There's only one player in the world that can do that in that moment, and we're very fortunate to have him on our side.
Yeah, I think that they needed the year because it's been so long. They had 2 straight Cup final appearances.
Yeah,
and a lot of those series that they played too were not quick series.
No,
right? In 2024, they had the 7-gamer against Vancouver. I think Dallas went to 6. Cup final went to 7. They're playing almost a full allotment of playoff games.
Look at the series that they're playing too. They're not playing against easy teams. They're playing against Dallas. They're playing against Vegas. They're playing against...
Sorry, you're forgetting LA.
Oh, yeah.
The toughest opponent of them all, Justin.
Those first-round buys that they had with LA. Oh, my goodness.
Good times.
Yeah. So, I think, and like, how many fans have been shouting this to the heavens? But my God, get Connor McDavid a real fucking goaltender to tend the net for him.
What, you mean Ingram and Jari are not up to the adequate level of playing in the NHL?
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some options. The other thing is, like, Jari's got a couple years left.
Yeah.
At that crazy cap hit.
He's got 5 years at 5.7. Like, if you look at and on top of that, you still have the Jack Campbell buyout that's sitting on their cap hit. Still sitting on their cap hit.
Oh my God, it goes till 2030?
Yeah, because they bought him at 5.5 and he played a season.
Oh my God.
He played a single season and they sent him down. He was gone. So they've got $25 million or $20 million still left to pay this guy. Like,
yeah, and they still have another 2 years of Jari.
Yeah.
At 5.3 with a half the league no trade clause.
Yep. So I've been sourcing out options for the Edmonton Oilers to look at.
You're gonna strap him up? Or?
Yeah, but buddy, if that's what it takes, I'd do it. I mean,
we've seen you in goal before.
We have, and you know, if you want to check that out, that video is actually posted on our social media pages at Bottom Shelf Hockey Pod. You can find us on Threads and Instagram. You can see me in net, and you can see that I would do a better job. I would not, but I would. So, like, what do you think about going after a guy like Logan Thompson? Washington didn't make the playoffs this year. They show no signs, I would say, of necessarily getting any better than they currently are. Yeah. Do you think that is, like, there's any consideration? I've got a whole slew of guys that we can get to.
I think Logan Thompson, no.
Okay.
Unless Ovechkin retires.
Okay.
If Ovechkin retires, I think the sell-off is on in Washington.
Yeah. Most of the rest of the examples I have here too, by the way, are great examples of like goaltending tandems.
Yeah, you absolutely need it.
Like you've got the Lumberyard in Colorado, Wedgwood and Blackwood. Do you think we could peel one half of that away to play a 1A, 1B role?
I don't think so.
You've got Alex Lyon and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in Buffalo. Do you think you can peel one of half of them away from that? You've got Jesper Wallstedt and Philip Gustafsson in Minnesota. Do you think you peel one half of that away? You've got Philip Grubauer and Joey Decord in Seattle. Can you peel one half of that away?
Do you know what's crazy about the Seattle tandem? I don't think if you bring either of them in, they're any better than Jari.
You don't think so?
Well, I think the problem for the Oilers is not just the goalie. Mm-hmm. It's like the style of D that they play and who they're employing on the blue line. Like, yes, the goaltending needs to be better, but like if Evan Bouchard is just letting dudes walk around him, you know, they're going to give up a lot of goals. You know, that's just the way she goes. And like the whole decor, the whole playoffs was just putrid, man.
Yeah,
just awful.
There was a highlight I saw, I guess you could call it a low light, from Evan Bouchard where he goes to dump the puck in at center ice. It bounces off of one of the Anaheim players. And he, like, there's no hustle. There's no drive. He, like, the puck bounces off the Anaheim player. He turns, looks, and is like, oh, crap. He got the puck. Guess I should go back. Oh, they scored. Oops. And he's still standing at the blue line. And he's like, what are you doing, man?
That's classic Evan
You're
Bouchard.
Supposed to be the number one defenseman in Edmonton. Get your ass back on defense.
Hey, man, he's great at moving the puck.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He's not great at defending the puck, but he's great at moving it.
Back to the goalies. Darcy Kemper, Anton Forsberg in L.A., both good options. Joel Hofer or Jordan Binnington in St. Louis. Both of those teams are not necessarily getting any better. Sergei Bobrovsky, his contract expires this year with Florida. Do you think Edmonton tries to pull the old revenge play?
With what cap space?
Exactly.
I think Binnington would be the most likely of everybody on this list.
Yeah.
By far.
Because we've seen that he truly can play in clutch games. He can play behind Connor McDavid and give him an actual chance to win a game.
Yeah,
or win a championship in some way.
Absolutely. Binnington, though, the only thing I would be concerned about is his stats in St. Louis behind a subpar defense in St. Louis right now.
Okay.
So
the real what you're saying is the real improvement doesn't necessarily even need to happen in net. It needs to happen on the blue line.
Absolutely. I think you can look at what Tristan Jarry did in Pittsburgh behind an okay defense this year before he was traded and go, yeah, that guy can put up like 905, 909.
Even as small a sample as it is, even in Game 5, when Tristan Jarry was brought in, and I don't know what Chris Knobloch said to the team before they went out, but it was like, okay, boys, we need to shut them out. Don't let them get inside. Don't let them get into the slot. We need low-quality, low-danger chances from the outside. And he showed up. He showed up to play. He played half decent. You can barely even blame him for the fact that overtime goal, like, buddy, that was as close as you can get to not scoring while still scoring. Like, it was hilarious. It was that close, right? Like, that barely got across the line. It did, and shut up, Edmonton fans, if you think it didn't, because it did.
The Oilers got their it was in moment.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
As a Flames fan, I've had that happen like twice in my lifetime.
You have.
Bennett and Jelena.
Yep.
Where it's like, is that it? I don't know.
Dude, coming back to it, I almost forgot about it, and then I saw, people calling it out online, be like, okay, so is the NHL going to review the fact that they completely blew this call on the Calgary Flames this many years ago? That puck was in. That puck was in, boys.
It should have been a cup.
Yeah.
We should have had a cup.
Could have, should have.
I'm not bitter.
All right. Okay. Before we both get too pissed off about what's happening here, let's move along. Okay. Ottawa, Carolina. Who saw this coming? Everybody. Carolina sweeps the series. I don't know that anybody necessarily anticipated a sweep. I had Carolina in 5. I had them winning this series.
Yeah, me too.
Carolina never trailed in this series. Carolina did not trail. They didn't let up a lead for a single second in this series. They dominated this series.
I'm so disappointed in Ottawa because they were so good down the stretch.
They were.
They needed to fight for their lives to get into the playoffs, and then they got in and they were like, all right, see you next year.
And surprise, surprise, Carolina has carried this. We've already seen Game 1 of Round 2.
Yeah.
Which was last night, Carolina-Philadelphia. And Carolina's just rolling, buddy. They are continuing to roll. A 3-0 win over Philadelphia in Game 1.
Yeah.
Carolina showed up, man. They are ready this year.
Logan Stankoven, sleeper pick for playoff MVP right now.
Yep.
Absolutely unbelievable. And do you think Dallas is maybe having some regrets?
Maybe just a little bit. Is Brady Tkachuk done in Ottawa? Do you think he's played his last game as an Ottawa Senator? Because he was a ghost in that series. 0 points. Minus.
Well, he was a ghost offensively.
Yeah.
But he was spending a lot of time punching guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's mucking it up.
That's what you need from your captain and highest paid player on the team.
Mucking it up.
Yeah, that's what you need. In 4 games, you don't want him to put up a single point. You want him mucking it up in the corners.
Brady loves going to the penalty box, dude.
Buddy,
he loves it.
Buddy, we already talked about this. Brendan Gallagher making $1 million a year? Sure. Muck it up all you want in the corners.
Did you know Gallagher makes 6?
Yeah, I'm sure he's making more than that, but he's not making as much as Brady Tkachuk. He's the guy that you want mucking it up in the corners. You need Brady Tkachuk, sure. Get under the other team's skin.
He needs to play more like his brother and not like his dad.
Exactly.
He's playing like his dad right now.
Unfortunately, he needs to play more like a goon or a pest. He needs to play the Brad Marchand. Yeah, I'm going to take the odd penalty here and there. Yeah, I'll muck it up when I need to. But mucking it up all the time and taking bad penalties, play like Tkachuk. Get under, or play like Matthew. Get under the other team's skin. And unfortunately, if you have to be a little bit of a bitch and say,
No, I'm good.
I'm not going to drop the gloves.
He was good at that in the first couple of years in the league. Like he was he really was his brother.
Yeah.
But something's changed in the last 2 years where he's just literally going out there to brawl. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
So
is he done in Ottawa then, or is he?
I think they have one more year.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
Connor McDavid's situation. They've got one more year to prove that like they're actually ready to contend or actually ready to battle.
I look at them on paper and there's some weak spots on like the blue line a little bit. But like it's a decent team.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to win at least one playoff game.
Buddy, with that D-core and how deep they had to go and how good they were down the stretch, missing like that many key guys on their blue line.
Yeah.
Edmonton, by the way, take notes. This is how you build a D-core, boys.
Yeah.
My God.
Injuries were definitely like a big part of that Ottawa loss. Like, Sanderson getting knocked out. You had Shabbat, who was playing with like a broken arm.
Yeah.
Like,
you
couldn't expect to win that series, but like I wanted more fight from them. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah. I'm not keeping pace with you, Justin. I'm not keeping pace.
That's fine. I might go for some patio beers after this too. So
hell yeah.
We'll see how the day goes. All right, let's get into the U.S. teams here. Dallas, Minnesota.
What a series!
That was arguably second best series of the playoffs behind Tampa, Montreal.
Absolutely, yeah.
So far, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, like Minnesota just managed to get it done at 5-on-5, and I think that was the whole series. Really, like
managed to not only get it done for themselves, but to shut down Dallas. They went, 200, 300 minutes without a goal, 5-on-5?
It's ridiculous.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, and I mean, like Randon turned into like a ghost the whole series, which is crazy for that guy, especially with like the contract he just locked in.
Yeah.
Like,
and a known playoff performer. Like he carried Dallas through the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he was unreal. He was absolutely unreal.
So,
and Kaprizov was great for Minnesota.
Yeah, Kaprizov and Boldy.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Boldy showing up, putting up 4 big goals.
And the craziest part of that whole series was watching the Faber-Hughes D pairing.
Oh, man.
That is an insane number 1 D pairing.
And, like, if Minnesota really wanted to prove to Quinn Hughes that it's going to be worth his time to sign here long term, they're fucking doing it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You take down Dallas, and I would say arguably more people had Dallas advancing with simply based on experience.
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't have that track record, right? Where like I think that's their first playoff series win in like 11 years.
2015. 2015 was the last time they advanced past the first round.
I was in high school the last time they won a playoff series.
So like if they wanted to prove to Quinn Hughes, because Quinn Hughes, if you don't know, traded from Vancouver this year.
Yeah.
Traded to Minnesota, but not with a contract extension. This was a big thing, was teams weren't willing to take a chance on trading for him if he wasn't going to sign. And Bill Guerin, with the GM for Minnesota, with the big, fat, rotund cojones he had, says, I don't care if we're going to do it anyways.
Big balls, Bill.
Big balls, Bill. That's what we're calling him from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, it's working out well. It was unbelievable, like watching, because like Faber and Hughes are not that physical.
No,
at all.
both smaller defensemen,
but so good skating and so good like stick checking that they shut those guys down. And most of the time they were on the ice, they were in the other end.
Do you know what it reminds me of? And this is going to reflect my age just a little bit. But this D pairing, Quinn Hughes and Brock Faber, reminds me of when Detroit had Nick Lidstrom and Brian Rafalski.
Yeah, that was an elite D pairing.
Not necessarily the most physical, but really good shutdown defensemen in regards to stick checking and positioning, and then great puck-moving defensemen, and they won a cup with that D pairing. So,
hey, the only concern I have for Minnesota going into this second round is purely just the center depth.
Yeah.
Especially like Eriksson Ek is a little banged up.
Eriksson Ek, and then they've got Ryan Hartman as your second line guy. Like,
But
he's a third line pairing on any other team in the league. But their wing depth
is unreal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But good for Minnesota. Like that's such a long time.
Yeah, and I think my big concern for Minnesota going into this second round series, which we'll see game 1 tonight versus Colorado, is they are playing a well-rested Colorado team, and Colorado looked pretty good through the first round with a sweep of LA.
Well, and you were talking about guys who have spent a lot of time playing. Nate McKinnon is another one of those guys where
he's played a bunch of big games.
A lot of hockey. He was banged up at the Olympics. He's been banged up down the stretch, and then you just gave him a week off in the playoffs.
Yeah, a week off to get ready and train and be prepared for what he knows is going to be a bigger dogfight. There's going to be more games in this series than they played in the first round, that's for sure, but
you never know. But probably.
Hold on. What are you saying there? Do you think there's going to be a sweep in the second round now too?
Hey, I mean, I'm just saying you never know, Justin.
Hey, maybe Carolina, Philly, sure. Philly, yeah. Carolina, I can see sweep in Philadelphia.
Look at our predictions at the start of the first round and see how they turned out, Justin. Okay. You never know.
I'm aware that we don't know anything, but you're going to call a Colorado sweep of Minnesota or a Minnesota sweep of Colorado?
Maybe.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
That take forces you to drink.
Yeah. Now we've got Buffalo advancing over Boston. I think this was not a no-doubter, but we saw this coming. Buffalo was the better team all year. They've got more depth. Jeremy Swayman, I think, was the difference maker. Between Jeremy Swayman and David Pastrnak, those two guys were the only difference makers for Boston in this series.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the way it was going to go.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked that Boston made the run to the playoffs they did in the first place.
Should have been Detroit.
But
anyways, I'm not bitter about it. Anyways, moving along.
Good for Buffalo. Man, they are...
Dude, that building, oh my God, if you have not caught any of what's gone on in that series, go back and watch the games in Buffalo.
Oh, it's crazy.
My God, that fan base deserves this. 14 long, dark, heavy years of missing the playoffs. And like not even missing the playoffs, but like being counted out of it as the first team that everybody's just like, nope, Buffalo's not making the playoffs this year. Like being dead last in the NHL
and to win
time
the Atlantic,
and time again.
Win the Atlantic. Mm-hmm. They're unreal. I did get a good laugh in their building after Buffalo lost Game 5 on that sick Pastrnak OT
that
winner,
OT goal was gross.
where Pasternak's yelling at like the Buffalo fan who's just feeding him the double birds at the glass. It's like, yeah, that's Buffalo for you.
But at the same time, did you catch when the mic stopped working during kudos to Buffalo for singing the Canadian national anthem at all of their home games.
I would be curious what the split is on Sabres fans that are American at those games versus Canadian.
Because it's so close to the border. If you don't know this, like Buffalo is right on the border between the United States and Canada. So, like, there is a ton of Buffalo fans that hop over because they're so sick of what's going on in Toronto that they're like, well, I might as well cheer for a team that actually has a chance to make it past the first round.
I might as well cheer for a team that probably has way cheaper tickets.
Well,
probably not on this playoff run, but to this point.
But, yeah, if you've been going to the regular season games, it's like, finally it's paid off for you.
I always love that yearly article where it's like before they were good, or they'd be like last place or whatever, it'd be like, yeah, you can go to the Buffalo Sabres game tonight for less than a beer.
Yeah, it's like $12 $12 for half decent tickets, and you're like, okay, might as well. Like,
yeah, what else am I doing with my time?
But during one of their games, they the mic stopped working for the girl singing the national anthem.
Oh, and they rocked it.
And they picked it up and just and I'm like, oh my, like literally gave me chills watching that highlight.
With glowing, you see, such a strong and from far and wide, okay, and on guard.
And I know this is not a political podcast, but there has been a lot of like stuff going on between our two countries over the last little bit. When I saw that, I was like, nice. We're still friends.
Hell yeah, Buffalo.
We're still friends. Hell yeah, Buffalo.
Hell yeah, Buffalo. And you know what? If I won't say if Montreal, because if Montreal advances, that's my team from the East. That's who I'm cheering from the East. I don't know if you do this, but I pick one from the East, one from the West, regardless of whether my team's in it or not. So from the East, it's Montreal. I'm sorry. Nick is a big Montreal fan. I've watched a bunch of Montreal games. I'll cheer Montreal. If Tampa advances, it might have to be Buffalo. It might. It really might.
Geographically, your two best choices are probably Buffalo or Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're the closest.
So, Colorado, LA, do we even need to touch on this? It was a sweep and everybody expected it. Done.
Yeah, I did get a kick out of how the first 3 games were like pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then
LA forced overtime. I'll give it to them. They forced overtime, but Colorado
Game
still won
4
those
was
games.
just a blowout.
Yeah.
What a way for Anze Kopitar to end his career. 5-1 loss on home ice.
The only time that LA
They have not won a playoff series since they won the Cup in 2014.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker.
I mean, it's one of those situations where like your team has your prime of like everyone's still affordable and everybody was great, but in those years since they did a little bit of a rebuild.
Yeah.
And then they got walled by the Oilers.
Yeah.
There were some years like 2022, 2023, I thought that if they didn't play the Oilers in the first round, they could have gone deep.
Yeah. Yeah, they had an opportunity because then Edmonton ended up going deep, right? Like they lost. It's not like because every year there's like a quote unquote biggest loser, which is like the team that lost to 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 the team.
Yeah, they were the biggest loser 2
Yeah.
years in a row.
Yeah.
That's rough. And they might be 3 years in a row. We don't know.
Yeah,
Colorado.
we'll see how it goes, but
Rough series.
rough. Vegas, Utah. I had Utah. I thought they were going to do it, but I think this is a sign of what's to come for Utah.
Yeah, they're just building.
Vegas played well in this series, and dare I say, kudos to Mitch Marner.
When have you ever said that before?
Never. It's been impossible to say it to him. But kudos to Mitch Marner because he showed up in that elimination game, scored an absolutely stunning goal.
Yeah.
An absolute beauty, like just ripped it from the top of the hash marks and beat Vejmelka. Like what a stunner of a goal. And it's like, this is the guy that Toronto has been missing for the last 10 years. Where the hell was this version of Mitch Marner in the playoffs? Surrounded by, and no offense to Vegas right now, but surrounded by better teams than Vegas has around him right now.
Absolutely.
Where has this version of Mitch Marner been?
Well, part of me thinks that like the West this year is like a little bit weaker than the East is.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with
and
that.
I would say like those teams that he was going up against in those matchups, like Boston was a wagon, super physical.
Tampa was a wagon when they
Florida.
played them. Florida won the Cup
Like,
that year.
They're
Like
so tight checking that
Yeah.
like a player like Mitch Marner really didn't have the space to like move around. Whereas like Utah, you know, they had some physical guys. They're not the most physical team in the world.
no.
Like there was a lot of open space for Mitch Marner in that series, and I
Yeah.
do have to give him credit. He's kind of had a turn on like the whole like Mitch is a choker thing.
Yeah.
Between like the Olympics and him playing really well there,
Yeah.
and the Four Nations,
Yeah.
and now this playoff run where like
We'll
look at him, he actually scored some goals.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So now Vegas has got to play Anaheim. We'll see how that series plays out. Game 1 goes later this week.
One more note on Utah, and this is just a fun fact that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who their highest paid forward is?
Is it one of their big guys? Is it one of the big guns? I'm sorry. Can you?
I don't know. It's not who you're expecting.
It's not who I'm expecting. Okay, can you tell me how much it is that they make?
They make $7.7 million.
7.7. Well, Clayton Keller just recently signed, but he's their captain and arguably their best player.
It's not Clayton Keller.
Okay, so then they've got Logan Cooley, but his contract doesn't kick in until next year.
Yep.
Is it one of their?
Logan Cooley will be the highest paid next year, but
one
this
of their
year,
defensemen then.
No.
Oh,
One of their defensemen, Sergachev, is their highest paid player. Their highest paid forward for this season was JJ Peterka.
Wow! Oh my God, a guy they just stole from Buffalo.
Yeah. I didn't know that guy made $7.7 million.
Now, you say highest paid. Now, 7.7, because if you're not aware, like the NHL has a salary cap. Like you can only spend so much on your contracts. Now, but the thing is with contracts being signed over the next couple of years is the cap is set to go up like $20 million, is it not?
Yeah, it's going to end up being fine. But
so it'll work out that a guy like JJ Peterka, who's going to score 60 or maybe 70 points for you, he's not going to be your best guy. But making 7.7 is actually going to be a pretty good take for JJ Peterka.
Absolutely.
Weird right now, though, that he's making the most on Utah. That seems a little odd.
Yeah, they're just building though. They're gonna be good for years to come. Okay. So,
all right, last series to touch on in the first round: Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. I figured I'd save the best for last for you. What do you want? What do you have to say?
I called it.
Outside of your series,
outside of the blowout in Game 6, I called it. Mm-hmm. I called it. I hate it. I called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pittsburgh did not complete the comeback. They looked good in Game 6.
They did. Yeah.
They got walled by Dan Vladar. Shout out
did.
Former Flame. Yeah. Dan Vladar. Did never expected that from that guy.
No. He played well all year though. Like he was the number one guy in Philadelphia. He did a bunch of work. Like he had to go and do. I know he had to get like surgery.
Yeah, he had hip surgery
and did like a whole bunch of rehab and like completely reworked his style, and it's worked in Philadelphia. So
yeah, he's looked really good. Pittsburgh. This is the end, right? Like. All those guys are a year older. Crosby's what, 39?
Yeah.
This summer?
Malkin's 40.
Yeah,
Chris Letang's 37.
Don't get me wrong. There's been some great youth movement from that team. You know, like Ben Kindle was awesome.
Ben Kindle coming in as a rookie was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, and I never saw that. Like I watched him all the time as a Calgary Hitman. Did not even see him making the team, let alone potentially being like top 5 in Calder voting.
Justin Brazeau, Anthony Mantha still got some legs under him. Like,
oh man, can we talk about how bad Mantha was in the whole playoff series?
Okay, yeah.
He looked so good all year, and then as soon as the playoffs started, he did nothing. Nothing. So I don't know where you go from here if you're Pittsburgh. You know, they talked about wanting to keep the crew together.
Yeah,
at what point do you have to say goodbye to Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin? Maybe Sid sticks around, but like
because Malkin's a UFA this year. He's talked about how like he wants to come back because Crosby and Letang are signed for another year. But he's a UFA this summer, so an unrestricted free agent. By the way, if you don't know, unrestricted. We'll get into this in a little bit because we're going to talk about the RFAs coming up this year, so I won't jump ahead. But there's a difference between unrestricted and restricted free agents. So Malkin, being an unrestricted free agent, could potentially sign anywhere. He said he wants to come back to Pittsburgh because, of course, he does. He's got 20-something years.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2004.
Like.
It's been a long time.
He's been a Penguin his entire life. He considers Crosby family. He said that about his kids. He's like, I hope my kids consider Sidney Crosby family because I do.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
but at a certain point, what do you know?
Yeah, what do you
can't just keep rolling.
No, you can't.
These old dudes out there.
We're gonna retool. We're gonna.
Tired.
We're going to sign 30-something-year-old Erik Karlsson to a long-term deal because that's going to be of benefit to us in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
How great would it have been though if Crosby added this to his resume? Because I don't think he has a 3-game comeback.
No, he doesn't have a 3-0 comeback.
Imagine adding this, like Olympic gold medals, Stanley Cup champion, Hart Ross, Conn Smythe, basically every individual trophy you could win, And then on top of that, oh yeah, Sid also did the impossible, completing a 3-0 comeback to win in Game 7 of a series.
You know what? I thought games 4 through 6, he was unbelievable.
He was great.
Yeah,
he was great
unbelievable.
in the first games of the series. He was like,
one of the only Penguins to actually do anything over that time.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I don't know. At what point do you decide to, like, he's either going to retire there or he's going to go cup chase?
I'm really sorry, Pittsburgh fans, but I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's time. One last thing in this series that I want to get to. Cam York was the guy who scored for Philadelphia in overtime in Game 6. Shout out to Artur Shilovs, by the way, for carrying that was a 1-0 game, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was really good, too.
He was excellent
the
in that
save
game.
he made before the OT winner
Yeah.
was insane.
So Cam York scores the OT winner, 1-0. He goes flying off down the ice, and do you know what he does with his stick?
Oh,
He hucked his stick into the crowd.
he Jose Bautista bat flipped his stick into the crowd.
Do you think there's any regret on his part that he's like, oh, crap. Not that he's going to hurt somebody, because whoever, like, the crowd is paying attention. So whoever gets that stick is going to catch it and is going to be fine. But do you think there's any regret on his part that he's like, oh, crap, that was the OT winner. What if we actually do something this playoffs and that becomes like a piece of history?
I think that it's more iconic that he threw it.
Oh, yeah?
Because now people are going to remember the highlight of him just straight up yeeting that stick.
Oh, buddy, absolute, complete, when you're throwing a stick for your dog,
Yeah.
like, when you're at the park, you're you're throwing it as hard as you can because you're like, I don't want to keep throwing this stick. Let the dog run for as long as you possibly can.
That's what he did.
That's what Cam York did.
Yeah.
He went, woof. And that thing had some noise on it, but you couldn't hear it because the crowd was so loud. You hear the woof.
Yeah. The other thing, like, I think, like, if you sent a representative up to be like, hey, Cam wants that stick back. Do you want to just, like, come, like, meet him or, like, come walk around the locker room? I'm sure somebody would probably give it back.
Do you want to meet him? Do you want an autographed puck?
Do you want another stick?
Another stick that he'll autograph. He'll give you a jersey. Do you want to take a picture with the locker room? Like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
somebody will get it back
sure
to
it
him.
would happen. Cam York, by the way, I'm sure like you're aware of this. Not exactly the biggest star in the NHL, so it's not like it was. Give me your biggest name on Philadelphia. Trevor Zegras.
Yeah.
Like if Zegras scored that, hucked his stick into the crowd, might be a bit more of a conversation. I'm just thinking for Cam York specifically, he might be like, I don't know if I have the pull to go to the ushers and say like, hey, can you guys go get that stick back for me?
Somebody will go.
He'd be like,
Somebody will go.
Sorry,
He
who
does
are
get
you?
the puck, though.
Who are you? Are you the equipment manager?
All right.
Okay, into the third period. Sam was beaking me on the last show here about the Red Wings missing the playoffs, and I said, what's worse, missing the playoffs or making the playoffs than getting swept? Which was what at that point, we were on the brink of that being what Pittsburgh did. They ended up coming back and winning a couple of games, but it was basically unanimous. Getting swept is, I posted the polls on social media at Bottom Shelf Hockey Pod. It's pretty much unanimous.
Yeah.
Making the playoffs and getting swept is worse than just
Yeah, I
missing
mean,
the
it sucks.
playoffs.
You get your fans' hopes up. You make them buy expensive playoff tickets, and then your team just
And
shits the bed.
you get a worse playoff, or you get a worse draft pick. Your draft pick is lower, so like.
Yeah, you don't have a shot at the lottery.
No,
so.
exactly. All right, okay, real talk here. Real talk. I just wanted to briefly touch on that. Real talk. Let's come back to this discussion from earlier about RFAs, restricted free agents. So I don't know if I necessarily know like all of the dirty details on this, but like basically the difference between unrestricted free agents and restricted free agents is a restricted free agent still has ties to the team that he was under contract with. So if another team offers that player a contract and he signs with the other team, that team he signed with then has to compensate the team he was with picks in the form of draft picks wherever it was that he was.
Yeah.
Depending on, and it varies depending on how much the contract is. So if it's like, say, for example, we've got Connor Bedard, who is undoubtedly the biggest RFA going to market this year.
Yeah.
This bitch is getting paid, and he's getting paid an insane amount of money. So it's like, if this contract is signed for over $10 million, let's say, I think it's somewhere in that ballpark. The team has to compensate. The team that would have signed him elsewhere from where he was would have to compensate with like 4 first-round draft picks or something like that.
On top of all the money they're giving this player.
Yeah, on top of the $12 or $14 million he's going to make.
Yeah, like, I don't think we're going to see anybody sign an offer sheet because it's been a long time.
Well,
outside of like some like smaller guys, like the Oilers situation a few years ago.
Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg were
Yeah.
signed by St. Louis, and St. Louis signed them up to the dollar of what the next level would be. So,
And they knew when they were doing that, the Oilers couldn't match either of them.
They couldn't.
They
Of
couldn't
course
do
they
it. They
couldn't.
couldn't do it. They were
No.
over the cap. They
Yep.
were like, we got you.
Yeah.
We got you. And
Yeah.
now it's in public that we've signed this offer sheet. So
Yeah.
it's not like you can trade anybody.
no.
No. So, but I don't think any of these guys that are RFAs this year are going to leave. They're going to get paid a lot.
Jason Robertson is the only one I can think of because it was in conversation this year that Dallas might potentially try and move Jason Robertson, but I still think that bitch is getting paid in Dallas. Like,
With what cap, though?
they'll move. They'll move who they have to move. They'll drop who they have to drop. Like, you think Dallas is going to let Jason Robertson, a guy who actually showed up in the playoffs this year, by the way,
Yeah.
do you think that they're going to sign arguably their best offensive forward? No offense to Mikko Rantanen. But again, Jason Robertson actually showed up in the playoffs this year. You think they're going to let that guy walk?
No. But
So
the only way that you would not be able to do it is if you couldn't move the cap space
Yeah.
to sign him, and that was the only move you could make.
Dude, Jim Nill is one of the best GMs in
And-
the NHL. He's the GM
Dude.
for Dallas, and he is going to make it work. Okay, coming back to our conversation about Brady Tkachuk.
That's the guy.
Jamie Benn was once that guy that was like, hey, you want him to like be a bit of an asshole, but you don't want him to like take too many bad penalties. Jamie Benn can take all the bad penalties he wants. It does not matter anymore.
He took a lot of bad ones.
Yeah, of course he did, because that's his role now, is to be a jerk and get the other team riled up.
A couple other RFAs that are coming up,
Yep.
both on a current playoff team.
Yeah.
Leo Carlson and Cutter Gauthier.
Yeah, Leo Carlson, both for Anaheim. Both play for Anaheim.
Yeah,
And both are proving their value in these playoffs.
absolutely. And I mean, Cutter had what, like 41 in the regular season? Like he was really good.
Yeah, Carlson had 90-plus points in the regular season. He has, I think he's tied for, or he's in the top 5 in playoff points right now. So both of these guys are getting paid.
Absolutely.
Do you think Cutter Gauthier makes more than Carlson? Because Cutter Gauthier is the goal scorer, and I find that goal scorers, I feel like, usually get the payday a little bit more than the guys who just put up points, who put up assists.
Yeah. Well, for the Ducks, I think that maybe you get a situation where both of them sign a matching deal. Because they're both within a year of each other.
Oh, they do the what was it? Ryan Suter and
Oh,
Zach
God.
Parise.
That was rough.
That didn't work out for Minnesota.
Look at how that worked.
Oh, that didn't work out for Minnesota.
I think they're finally just stopped paying those guys.
Better example, the Jonathan Taves, Patrick Kane
Yeah.
matched deals.
I think that's what you'll do. The only thing is, what does that number look like? The Ducks have a ton of cap space, but their top 3 defensemen this year are all UFAs as well.
Yeah.
Ideally, you get them for 12 each.
Yeah, I was going to say 12, I think, would be my number. That neither of them is the best guy in the league. Neither of them is signing a Kaprizov or Draisaitl or I mean, maybe depending on how deep they go in the playoffs this year. Maybe that's
it's higher.
part of it. Maybe it's like, hey, if you guys can secure us a conference final, if you guys can secure us a Stanley Cup final appearance, maybe if you guys can win us a cup, we will put our money where our mouth is, but you've got to put your play where your mouth is. This comes back to something that I think, oh God, dare I say Don Cherry was the one who talked about this, how it used to be that guys wouldn't get paid until they proved what it was that they were actually worth. Sidney Crosby didn't sign the big contract back in the day that he signed until he proved that he was a real playoff performer. I'm almost positive he had a Stanley Cup appearance.
Yeah.
An appearance in the Stanley Cup final and then won a cup the next year.
On that 8.7 that he's stuck with entire career.
On that, and 8.7 at that time was a big deal.
Yeah, at that point it was almost 20% of the cap.
It was
huge.
huge.
It was a lot of money.
It was huge. And so then you get guys like, and it happened in Toronto, John Tavares, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and William Nylander. All of these guys signed these big deals without any real success. Yes, they've proved themselves in the regular season, but they had none of them had really proved themselves as playoff performers before they actually signed those big deals.
The league has changed, though.
It has.
Where it's like these guys who hit the NHL, right when they're like 18, 19, they do their 3-year entry level, and then they get paid like $13 million a year.
Yeah. And then you have Connor McDavid, who's gone to back-to-back Cup finals, sees that Kaprizov, who is, no offense, but far from, I wouldn't put him top 5 in the league right now, signs the biggest contract we've ever seen in the NHL.
McDavid's like, yeah, I'll take 12.
And McDavid's like, you know what? We still got this Nurse contract on our back end. I guess I can be friendly to the team so that I can win a fucking Stanley Cup.
He's not bitter about it at all.
I didn't even reach the level that he's got to be at internally right now.
Yeah, that his screaming after that loss must be up there with like 2024 when he got hot mic'd during that Amazon series.
It's Game 7. This is not enough.
Yeah. Lock the fuck in right now.
Okay, let's rip through the rest of these restricted free agents that are probably going to get paid this year. Pavel Dorofeyev from Vegas, Adam Fantilli from Columbus, Brant Clark from LA, Trevor Zegras from Philly, Simon Edvinsson from Detroit, going to get paid, Jet Greaves from Columbus, Simon Nemec from New Jersey, Jamie Drysdale, like all of these guys are going to get paid.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what that Zegras number looks like.
What do you think it's at? Do you want to give me a ballpark?
I can't even give
9,
you a ballpark
10?
on that. Yeah, I don't know.
10 probably. He's the number one center.
I don't think it's worth that.
You don't have to whisper that.
I don't
you
think
don't
it's
have
worth
to
that.
whisper that, man. Just say it out loud.
Oh my
Trevor
God.
Zegras is not worth $10 million.
There we go.
Open your fucking ears, Philadelphia fans.
I don't think he's that great.
Yeah, sorry guys.
He was definitely good in these playoffs.
He's been good
I've
so
just
far.
never been a Zegras guy.
If there's more to his game that we're not missing, maybe we'll see it in this series against Carolina. We haven't seen it so far. We're one game in.
Yeah.
I've been wrong about other things before. I also thought Dallas was going to beat Minnesota. I also thought I've been wrong about more things this year. So
This guy also thought that Detroit would make the playoffs.
shut up. Shut up, or I will jump across this table and stab you with a beer can.
Man, you're gonna have to hit me hard with that.
Somehow, some way, I'll make it happen. Let's get into overtime here. Okay, trophy nominations are starting to roll out from the regular season. I feel like this is a great opportunity to explain what all of the trophies mean, because we talk about them loosely over the course of the year, right? Like, oh, this person's going to be a fit for the Hart, or this person's going to be a great fit for the Vezina, whatever. This is a great opportunity to kind of explain what all of these are.
Absolutely.
So first up was the Ted Lindsay, which is the most valuable player based on the Players Association. So they
Voted on by the players.
voted on by the players who they think is the best player from the season.
Mm-hmm.
And so far we've seen for nominations, it's McDavid, Kucherov, and Celebrini.
Yeah, McDavid's winning that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be McDavid. I mean, he finished with a gap in points. Like, he had...
Yeah, no Draisaitl at the end when he was racking up points, too.
Yeah.
Like, unreal.
Yeah, he played incredible all year. It's McDavid's to win. As voted by the players, who's going to be the best overall player? I think it's going to be McDavid.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Vezina, which is the best goalie for the regular season. Most valuable goalie to his team. We've got Ilya Sorokin from the New York Islanders, Jeremy Swayman from Boston, and Andrei Vasilevsky from Tampa Bay.
I really don't have a beat on this one. I don't know. It could be any of the three.
I honestly, I think it could be like any of the three of them. All of them were incredibly valuable to their team, especially guys like Jeremy Swayman. Like, I think he was like a massive reason why Boston actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Ilya Sorokin was a real reason why the team had a chance to make the playoffs, and Vasilevsky was unbelievable this year. He was a huge reason why Tampa Bay finished at the top of the standings.
Wouldn't be mad if either of the three of those guys won.
All well deserving. The Lady Byng is the most sportsmanlike player. So this is usually awarded to the player that has the highest amount of points, but has the lowest amount of total penalty minutes received. So you've got guys like Cole Caulfield, Anze Kopitar, and Jake Sanderson. And I think it's interesting for a defenseman to win it because a couple of years ago, Jacob Slavin won it. Mm-hmm. And Jacob Slavin from Carolina.
He plays hard.
He plays a gritty,
but he still didn't take a bunch of penalties.
No. So to be known as a guy that doesn't necessarily get a lot of points, but plays like a grittier defensive style of game and doesn't take a lot of penalties, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So a guy like Sanderson, I think he has potential. But a guy like Cole Caulfield also is like, he's a pure goal scorer that doesn't take bad penalties.
I feel like they are going to give this one to Anze Kopitar.
You think so?
Final season.
Yeah.
Didn't take a lot of penalties.
Just a good story.
Good dude. Yeah, it's going to Kopitar.
It's a good story, right? And then the last one that we've seen for nominations so far, because what they've been doing is they roll them out slowly. So on Monday, we'll get another set of nominations. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll get all of the rest of the nominations for the Bill Masterton, the Calder, the Selke, the Norris, and the Hart. But so far, the last one we've got is the Jack Adams.
Yeah.
Which is Coach of the Year. And we've got John Cooper from Tampa Bay, we've got Dan Muse from Pittsburgh, and we've got Lindy Ruff from Buffalo. Now, I know that Dan Muse and Lindy Ruff from those two teams are both really feel-good stories.
Absolutely.
You've got Pittsburgh, who, wasn't anticipated to do a whole heck of a lot with an aging roster and ended up being a playoff team. You've got Buffalo, after 14 long, dark, heavy, grueling years of missing the playoffs, not only do they make the playoffs, they win their division.
Yeah, it's
huge.
Lindy Ruff's to lose here, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
But then you've got a guy like John Cooper, who has coached Tampa Bay. He's the longest tenured coach in the NHL.
And has shown no signs of slowing down whatsoever.
And has never won a Jack Adams.
Ooh. How has he not won a Jack Adams? That's crazy.
That's what's so hard. Because Tampa Bay has been a force. They've been a force to be reckoned with for a number of years. So it's anticipated that Tampa Bay's just going to do well. This award isn't necessarily given to teams that are expected to do well, but Tampa Bay did really well this year.
Well, it's like that is the trend, right? Where it's like, hey, this team surprisingly did really well, so their coach wins the Jack Adams because it's got to be the coach, right?
Yeah, it's got to be the coach, right?
Shout out Bob Hartley, Jack Adams winner, 2015 Flames.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy deserved a Jack Adams.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that they're going to give it to Lindy Ruff just because of the story of Buffalo going from the basement to tops. Mm-hmm. But if Cooper won it, that's great.
Yeah.
It's those two. Dan Muse is getting third.
Yeah. It's a T1 3. Like it is 100% like that. It's like it's either Cooper or Ruff that's going to win it. I get that, like, Dan Muse did a good job in Pittsburgh with an aging roster, and they made the playoffs. They were competitive all year, but at the same time, it's like the other stories are just a little too strong, I think, to compete with,
Absolutely.
unfortunately. So
Absolutely.
still to come, we've got the Bill Masterton, which is given to like the player who shows the most perseverance. This is usually somebody who's been through something like really rough in their personal life,
Yeah.
but still continues to persevere and excel at like a really high level in the NHL. Last year, for example, this was a really feel-good story. The fact that it was given to Sean Monahan.
Absolutely. That guy went through a lot.
He lost his best friend in Johnny Gaudreau, and
Right when they were going to start playing together again in Columbus.
yeah,
Yeah.
he signed in Columbus because he thought he was going to get to play with Johnny again, and
Did not happen.
unfortunately did not happen. So like that kind of story of they've gone through something really tough in their personal life and they've continued to persevere. That's what the Bill Masterton's about.
Yep.
You've got the Calder Trophy,
Rookie of the year, baby.
Rookie of the Year, cut and dry, simple as that. Who had the best year as a rookie?
Yep.
The Selke, awarded to the best defensive forward.
Yep.
Have nominations come out for this yet? I feel like they have.
Nope.
No, I feel like Nick Suzuki is going to be included in the list.
Gotta be. Gotta be.
Nick Suzuki is definitely got to be in that list. So best defensive forward. Not only did they have a strong, positive offensive upside, so they put up a lot of points, but they also play really well defensively, probably take a ton of face-offs, take all of those defensive zone face-offs, play on the penalty kill, all of that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
You've got the Norris.
Yeah, that's going to be something this year.
That is a very highly debated one this year. This is the best defenseman of the year. And I know there's a lot of debate about Evan Bouchard and the fact that he is this, insanely talented offensive defenseman, but he's not necessarily strong on the defensive side of his game. So does it go to somebody, because he finished with more points than any defenseman in the league this year?
I can tell you who the three will be.
Okay.
Hughes,
Quinn Hughes,
Makar,
Cale Makar,
Werenski.
and Zach Werenski from Columbus. Yeah.
Probably again. I can't remember if last year was the
Yeah.
exact same
Yeah,
lineup.
it feels like it was those three again, the usual suspects on that.
I feel like that's what it's going to be again this year because all three of those guys were
'Cause
unreal.
There's a lot of debate about whether the NHL should open this up to have like a defensive defenseman award and an offensive defenseman award. Coming back to Jacob Slavin, a guy like Jacob Slavin who is the number one defenseman in Carolina, but you never hear about him because he only puts up 50 points a year, 40 or 50 points a year.
Yeah, he's not putting up Makar level, right?
But he is arguably the best defensive defenseman in the league. Guys like Chris Tanev in Toronto. That it's like he is an insanely valuable asset because he's so good at defending his own zone. Should there be an award for that specific side of the game? Or does it just go, because it's almost always given to,
Hey, this guy put up 90 points. He gets the Norris.
you nailed it.
Yeah, like that's the way it always goes.
A guy like,
There's already so many awards, though.
yeah,
There's already so many of them. Like,
hand out another one.
like at what point then? Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
A guy like Erik Karlsson who won it in San Jose because he put up 100 points. It's
Yeah,
like,
he was terrible in his own end.
He
bro.
was awful. He's terrible defense. Well, he's not terrible defensively always, but like that year he wasn't exactly good. Like
That team wasn't great.
that
either.
team was awful, and
then-
he was no part of being the all around best defenseman.
Yeah, I feel like
He
they could
put up 100 points, and they're like, wow, good for this guy.
I don't think anybody's going to complain if they open up that award, but they already have so many.
Yeah.
That would be my point on it.
And then the last one to be decided for nominations. All of these awards are ones that are like people are nominated and then it's decided. It's
And they're
judged,
voting on, yeah.
which is the Hart. And this is the MVP. And this is taken very seriously because it is the most valuable player to his team, not the most outstanding player.
Which is more kind of the Lindsay in a way.
Yes. It's the Hart. It is the MVP, most valuable player to his team.
How crazy will it be if Macklin Celebrini wins the Hart?
Because he deserves to. It's the
Yeah,
crazy
I mean-
part. Like San Jose, he was incorporated on more than or close to 50% of San Jose's goals this year. in some form, whether he scored it or assisted on it. He was incorporated, like there was a 50-point gap between him and the next player behind him on his team.
Yeah.
San Jose finishes dead last without a guy like Macklin Celebrini leading the charge
What a
on
jump
that team.
from that guy to go from 63 points in his rookie season to 115
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And especially like the guy came into the league, no one really expected him to be like a McDavid.
And, there was expectations that he was going to be good. But not this good. In his second year, putting up 115 points on a bad team is insane.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be crazy if you won it, but also I feel like you got McDavid in there.
And we've seen it before. We've seen it before where the Ted Lindsay, so like as voted by the players, who's the most outstanding player, has been the exact same nomination as the Hart, because sometimes it's just that. You've got McDavid, Kucherov, Celebrini, but you could also include McKinnon in this mix. The guy had more. He won the Maurice Richard. He won more. He had more goals than anybody else this year.
The writers also seem to like kind of have like a hate boner for Kucherov too, and I don't like. I get it.
He's won before. He has won before,
but he probably, like, if he's a Canadian guy, he probably has more.
The run
with
that
those point totals.
The point streak that he had this year, 95 points in 45 games or something like that.
There's a good shot.
Is insane. So it could very well be Kucherov. And then, of course, there's the stat awards that have already been decided, which was like most goals. That's the Maurice Richard. The Nathan McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon won that.
Shout out to empty net merchant Nathan McKinnon for winning the Rocket Richard.
Cole Caulfield with no empty netters this year.
I know.
It's funny that's it's a stat award. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Art Ross is the scoring titles, who had the most points. That's McDavid. And the William M. Jennings Award, which goes to the goalie or goalies that had the fewest amount of goals scored against them this year, which was the Lumberyard. That was
the Woods.
Yeah, the Woods. Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood for Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado is a wagon, so I'm not shocked.
Wagon. Absolute wagon. So there's your awards. We'll get to the rest of the trophy nominations hopefully in our next episode. All right, you ready for the game?
Mm-hmm.
Ready for a game? We like to wrap up our show with some kind of game. I usually prep these just because, I don't know, I have fun doing the prep side of this. I also love torturing you and Nick with, NHL knowledge. Today, it actually expands beyond that. This one's called the Big Four.
Oh, okay.
So think about the Big Four. The big...
NHL, MLB, NFL, NBA.
Yes.
Okay.
So the four major North American sports leagues. And I want you to think about every city that is represented by each of the Big Four. So every city in North America, the USA really, that is represented by, that's a hint by the way, that is represented by each of the four major North American sports leagues. The NHL, the MLB, the NBA, and the NFL.
All right, let me get rolling these off. I'm going to start with Minnesota.
Minnesota, Fort Lauderdale, yes, is technically considered.
Thanks for giving...
Minnesota, I know. Minnesota, St. Paul. Minneapolis, St. Paul.
They would have the Twins, they would have the Timberwolves, the Vikings, and the Wild.
That is all correct, yes.
Yeah. In a similar vein,
Fort
Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah. With
the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Marlins.
Yep.
The Heat.
Yep.
That's three of them.
Yeah. Who's your NHL team?
Oh, the Panthers.
The Florida Panthers, yes. It's Miami, Fort Lauderdale is the combination, but those cities are technically conjoined. So there's another one that I'll put on here that is technically like two cities combined that's represented.
Yeah, well, some of those cities in the States, it's like they are a part of one city, but it's like smaller, like borough.
It's like a metropolitan area, technically. So there's one more, and then the rest of them are just straight cities.
All right.
Go for it.
Boston?
Boston, yes.
You have the Patriots, you'd have the Bruins, you would have the Celtics, and then the Red Sox.
Yes, the Red Sox.
That's the most famous team out of all four of those.
Yeah, it took longer than it should have, I'll say that. It's hard to argue who. I mean, besides the Bruins, I think it's hard to argue which of those teams really is the most famous: the Celtics, the Patriots, or the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Considering that the Bruins are an original six team, I don't know that I would put them as more famous than any of those three franchises.
Yeah.
So, okay, who else you got? You've got two so far.
Does New York count?
New York, yes. Give it to me. Come on. What do you got?
Well,
there's a pile of each.
There's two teams for a whole bunch of them.
For almost all of them, yeah.
The reason I was going to ask is on the football side, yes, they are called the New York Jets and Giants, but they play in New Jersey.
No, it still counts.
That counts?
That still counts. They're still
so
represented.
You got the NFL teams there.
Jets and Giants.
You got the Rangers and the Islanders.
Yep.
You got the Knicks and the Nets.
Yep. Brooklyn Nets, technically, but yes, I'll take the Knicks.
Knicks, Yankees, Mets.
Yankees, Mets. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crushing it here. Okay, you've got three.
LA would be another one of those teams.
Technically. Yeah, LA is another one of those teams.
Because you got the Kings.
Yep.
Then you got the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really count the
they
Angels.
play out of Anaheim. It doesn't necessarily. They're called the LA Angels, but they play out of Anaheim.
Yeah, they're not.
No.
Call
Anyways.
them the Anaheim Angels. What are you guys doing?
No, right? Like they call them the LA Angels of Anaheim, which seems weird, but anyways.
Dumb name.
Okay. Dodgers.
You got Lakers, Clippers.
Yep.
You'd have the Rams.
Yep.
And the Chargers.
The Chargers, yes, count as well.
How
yes.
dumb is it that there's two LA football teams?
I know, it's so dumb. Anyways,
San
continue
Diego
on.
got robbed.
I know. So you've got LA, you've got New York, you've got Boston, you got Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and you got Minneapolis, St. Paul. So you've got 5. I have 11.
Chicago.
Yep.
You have the Bulls.
Yep.
You'd have both the baseball teams, the Cubs and the White Sox.
Yep.
You'd have the Blackhawks.
Yep.
And then you would have the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. I'm really blanking on these last couple, man.
Okay, so you've gotten 6 so far.
Colorado, Denver.
Denver, yes, sir.
Because they got the Nuggets.
Yep.
They got the Rockies.
Yeah.
They got the Avalanche, and then they also have the Broncos.
That's your team, man. How did it take you so long to get that?
3 of the 4 of those are
your
my team, bro.
The Broncos are your team, bro.
I love that like 3 of the 4 in Denver all have like, Rocky Mountain kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And then
you've got the
Broncos.
Rockies, the Avalanche, and the Denver Nuggets, which has to do with like mining and finding gold nuggets in the mountains.
Yeah, and then the
Broncos. The Broncos.
Yeah, well, 3 of the 4 teams will be about like the wilderness.
Uh-huh.
And then we have
about
horses. Yeah, we got horses.
Okay, all right. That's what, 6. Yeah, you've got New York, you've got Denver, LA,
Detroit.
Boston, Detroit. Yes,
Detroit. You
Yep.
would have the Lions and the Red Wings and the Pistons and the Tigers.
Yes, yeah. It's always the last one that you struggle with, but yes, you got it.
It's always the MLB team
Yeah.
right now because I'm like flipping through the different leagues and I'm just like, yes. Wait.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. You've got Detroit, you've got Boston, you've got LA, Denver, New York, Chicago. You've got 3 left. What kind of hint do you want here? You've still got the one that is a split between 2 cities technically, but it's the same.
A hint would be
metropolitan area.
nice.
2 of them are in the east. 1 of them is in the west. And I can even specify from there.
Did one of the teams in the East knock my team out of the playoffs?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn it, it's Philadelphia. I don't know if there's a single city that I hate. I'm going off script here, but I don't know if there's a single city of sports teams that I hate more than the Flyers, the friggin' Eagles, the Sixers,
76ers.
and then I'm fine with the Phillies. But like 3 of the 4 teams, like they can all go to hell.
Yeah.
All of them.
And like Philly fans are notorious for kind of being pricks. So it's not surprising
Did you
that
see
like
Santa screaming at Crosby after the end of that game?
that's ridiculous. Santa would never.
Fuck you, Santa. Oh, fuck you, Philly Santa. Sorry. These last 2 are gonna kill me. Trying to think of like.
Okay, you've got 2. You've got 2. One's in the east, one's in the west. And again, The one in the west is like a split technically between two cities. It's a metropolitan area. The one in the west is central, and it's South Central. The one in the east is it would be part of the Metropolitan Division in the NHL. One of the teams for the team in the east recently changed their name because of, I won't call it like wokeism, but they realized that the name of the team
it's Washington.
was inappropriate. Yes, it's Washington.
Yeah, I don't think that's woke. I think that's just probably a good idea.
Yeah, it was inappropriate to be
So they
called
would
the
have the
Redskins.
Commanders.
Yep.
Also, they should have never changed the team name from Washington Football Team. That was great.
Washington Football Team.
Caps, Wizards.
Yep. What's the baseball team?
Oh, the Nats.
Yeah, thank you.
The Nats.
Thank you.
I don't know
Nationals,
about this other one,
Washington
man. This
Nationals.
other one's going to kill me.
Yeah, the last one that you are missing.
I think you
And
can just
it's-
give me this one. 'Cause
It's a big one. You've gotten 10, so I'll give it to you. The last one is Dallas Fort Worth. With the Stars, the Dallas Stars, the Texas Rangers, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Dallas Cowboys.
Do you know what threw me?
How could you forget the Cowboys?
Fuck them Cowboys.
Oh wait, you could forget the Cowboys.
I think what screwed me up there is honestly that like the Rangers are not known as the Dallas Rangers.
yeah.
They're the Texas Rangers.
Okay. I have more to go on if you would like to play a little bit more.
Like former?
Yeah, so like I have two teams that technically have had all four teams just at different times.
Phoenix would be one of them, right?
Phoenix, yes.
Yeah.
Phoenix is a former.
We drove past
they-
the hockey rink there, so
They
that's why.
formerly had all four active. They had the Coyotes, the Diamondbacks, the Suns, and the Cardinals. Now I have two teams here that have had all 14. Oh, I guess one of these teams falls into the same as Phoenix, that they did have all four at the same time. At one point, they had all four at the same time. South team, but they fell into the East. And the team that is no longer there is an NHL team that's no longer there. Otherwise, all three of the other franchises are still intact. Still active franchises. It's just the NHL team that moved.
Is it Atlanta?
It's
Because the
Atlanta.
Thrashers left.
Thrashers
R.I.P.
left. Now, there's one team left here that at different times had all four Big Four represented.
And I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an NHL team. Now they do.
Yes.
They did have a basketball team. Now,
But now
they
they
don't.
don't.
But
Correct.
they are shortly going to join this list.
Yes.
It's Seattle.
It's Seattle.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
Great. Like, it's great that they're coming back to Seattle.
Yeah,
They
Kraken.
need that.
Mariners, Supersonics, and the Seahawks all represented. Now, I have a list here to really wrap this up. There are a list of franchises here, or cities here, that are just one franchise away from being a part of the Big Four. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams here. If you would like to go ahead and take a guess at any of these.
Toronto.
Toronto, yes. Oh, NFL team.
With
It's
how
obvious.
much Bills love that they have,
Yeah.
I feel like you can give them an honorable mention.
Okay, yeah, that's
Honorable
that's
mention.
why this honestly it was what inspired this part of the show.
Absolutely.
So Toronto, they've got the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jays, the Raptors, and they're missing an NFL team. They have the CFL, they've got the Argos, but that doesn't count.
Pittsburgh does not have an NBA team, but
Pittsburgh,
they have
yeah.
all three.
Yep, they've got the Penguins, the Pirates, and the Steelers. You've got two of 6 here. That's pretty good. Off the like for you to get those so quickly. I mean, of course, you would get Pittsburgh because you're a Pittsburgh fan, so it makes
On
sense.
the Texas front, Houston.
Houston.
They have the Rockets. They got the Texans. They've got the Astros.
Yeah.
But they will shortly likely have an NBA or an NHL team. Good
yes.
God.
There is potential.
Just rolled through all the leagues there before I finally got it.
It's like when you get mad at somebody and you start roll calling like everybody. You're like, damn it, Sam, damn it, Nick, damn it, Brittany. What the hell is your name?
Yeah.
You've gotten 3.
Yeah,
and
that's
you've-
pretty good.
And you've gotten them pretty quick, which I'm impressed with.
I think I'm done at this point. I
Okay,
think that's
all
what I
right.
can
I'll
get.
rip off the rest here for you. So you've got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're short an NBA team. They've got the Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Rays, and the Buccaneers in the NFL. No
Yeah.
NBA team. San Francisco.
No NHL.
No NHL. They've got the Giants, the Warriors, and the 49ers, and Cleveland is the last one. They do not have an NHL team. They've got the Guardians, the Cavaliers, and the Browns, but they are short an NHL team.
Yeah, and I don't think they're getting an NHL team.
No. I think they have enough happening in Ohio with Columbus.
Are there really things happening in Ohio?
No, then that's exactly it. That's exactly why. All right, well, thank you. That's it for us on this edition of the Bottom Shelf Podcast. Thank you to Sam for filling in for Nick while he's been away traveling Africa.
Let's go.
Like I said, I don't know. We'll see what happens here with Nick returning. Him and I'm sure we'll jump into another episode, and then maybe we'll get Sam to guest appearance or slip into some kind of role with the show. I've always appreciated the social media work that we've done together, so maybe even in that capacity, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what's up.
We'll see what's up. Be sure to follow us on social media at Bottom Shelf Hockey Pod on Instagram and Threads, and then find us on all of the platforms to stream us for the podcast. That's Spotify, that's YouTube, that's Podbean, that's Apple Podcast, wherever you find your podcasts.
Let's go.
The salute? Are we going to do the salute that nobody can see? The invisible salute?
Are you going to add a whoosh here when we do it? You should add a whoosh so people know we're saluting.
Like what if I did have like a flag flapping in the background, and then get like just the tail end of the national anthem, and then get jets going by?
That may be too much, but hey, that's what you're doing.
Here's the whoosh. There's the salute. We'll catch you on another one.